Hi, Penelope, Sarah from The Upcoming. Such a pleasure to meet you. So you've had a long history of working with Pedro Almodovar. What makes him stand out as a director for you, and how was it working on this particular film with him?
Everything makes him stand out. He's just a very special man, an incredible director. I was a fan of him since I was 12 years old. It was my dream to work with him, and now we've done like 6 movies together, and I hope many more. He's really amazing.
And in particular, he seems to have a fascination and a skill for representing female characters, not least Spanish mothers, which again you play here. So where do you think that talent comes from, and how did you see this character particularly?
I think he really respects women and admires women because he was raised by a very, very strong group of women, the mother and sisters, neighbors, really strong personalities. And I feel like when he was a child, in a way, I feel like he was already creating all of this, was studying, all these women, and he really values them, and he talks about them constantly, how they shaped him. And I met his mother, is the character that I play in the movie, and she was really, really special, very like a one of a kind.
And one of the things that stands out about his films is that he often takes on taboo topics, and it does feel like perhaps Spanish cinema is a bit more liberated than what we see in Hollywood. How do you see the difference, and do you have a preference?
Well, I love Pedro's freedom. When I was growing up, I always saw Pedro much more than a director, was in a way like a political figure, like a representation of freedom. And he did a lot for that, I feel like, in our country. I feel very similar to him. For me, it's natural to be able to say what you think and what you feel. But it's true, like you cannot find that everywhere, especially in this industry. Yeah, and in this one, he shares so much from his own life and his own pain. And I was very shocked when I read it because I felt like I didn't expect that he would want to share that much and that many personal things. Not that everything in the movie is autobiographical, not at all. That's the first thing I asked him, like, what about the heroine? Like, no, never. But many of the things in the film are part of his life. No, it was an honor, actually, because I met her and I like her so much. And she was somebody that was so important for him. The woman that her and the sisters and some of those neighbors, like they shaped his personality, and they are, I feel like, responsible for his love and adoration and respect for women. So it was a big pleasure to play his mom. I cannot tell you I was more scared than in any of the other movies that I've done with him, because I always feel like that when I'm working with him. He's very demanding, and I love that. I'd rather have that than a director that says, look, every take is okay. He's very specific, but at the same time, he can listen. If you don't feel comfortable with something, or he will help you find a different way, or with dialogue, with an action, with anything. So I've never had problems working with him. It's been like a dream.